welcome to Fridaysews. My name's Sarah. Thanks for joining me today. Sorry, first of all, if the lighting is a bit weird. I'm filming this quite late in the evening because I haven't had time elsewhere. So I've done my best to brighten it up a bit, but if you think the lighting looks a bit different, that's why. And I'm also sorry that I have sort of disappeared. I was hoping to have lots of regular vlogs out, and I was supposed to be going to the Stitch Festival and the Sew Me Sunshine party, but then I got ill. I got the flu, and honestly, it just wiped me out. Literally, it's been a bit of a while now, but a couple of weeks ago, I was just feeling a bit like, went into work for the vocal group I was leading. They were singing in the final end of term assembly, did their thing, it was all fine. And I came home and I just fell asleep for several hours. And then I woke up and I just felt awful. And I had a whole week. Eventually, the GP said I had a bacterial infection and the flu. And that explained why I felt so bad. But I missed the Stitch Festival. I missed the So Yellow for Endo party at Sew Me Sunshine. I missed a load of work stuff. I missed absolutely loads. So I was feeling really upset about missing all of that stuff, actually, because I work in it, but most people will have seen videos before. I'm a musician, I'm a singer, and I'm a singing teacher. And I tend to work really long hours during term time. And that's teaching one-to-one and teaching groups, running choirs, theatre groups, stuff like that. And that's with a view that I have the school holidays are really regular. And so I tend to really go for it in term time and then chill in the holidays. But the last couple of holidays I've been ill. So I need to sort of reassess how I can look after myself a bit better so that I'm not wiping out for the holidays every time. So yeah, I was a bit down about it. I was supposed to be going to the Stitch Festival with a really good friend of mine from uni, and I was looking forward to seeing her, and then I didn't get to see her, which was a shame. And we're sort of struggling. You know what it's like. It gets tricky to find dates when everyone's available. So it's just all been a bit of a faff. But I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still a bit husky. So again, just excuse me if I'm sounding a little, on the husky side. But I'm hoping to shake that soon. And otherwise, I feel loads better. So this is a general Fridaysews super catch-up. I did manage, I had about 3 projects that were almost finished when I got ill. And I managed, they more or less just needed hemming or zigzagging some seams or something. So I managed to get all 3 of those finished while I was ill, just by doing little bits of sewing. One of them is here behind me. So this is my So Yellow for Endo dress entry, and it is the Deer and Doe Myosotis dress. And it is in this lovely cotton that's been in my stash for a few years. It's a cotton lawn from, I think it might be Lady McElroy, called Painted Lemons. And then these pretty little sort of brass buttons, which I picked up in the Liberty haberdashery last time I was there. Now, I'll pop some full pictures of me in the dress here so you can see it on me. I just need the weather to be a bit better so I can actually wear it out without feeling like an idiot, because obviously it's been so wet the last few days. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. It's very wearable. The fit is okay. I think I found picking my size really difficult. I've not made a Deer and Doe patterns before. They've only fairly recently extended their sizing. And I just couldn't find the information I need to work out which size to pick and then how much of a full bust adjustment to do, which is my standard adjustment. All I could find is that it's drafted to a C or D cup. But I mean, those are 2 different things. So what do I do with that? So I did a 2-inch full bust adjustment, and you'll see in some of the pictures, I think the fit is okay, but it's not quite right. I think it feels when I'm wearing it like there's a bit too much pushing up here. And I think that's actually because I need maybe another inch in the full bust, but I can still wear it and I think it still looks pretty nice. I just think there are some tweaks. I also find that the waist seam sits quite high, so it doesn't sort of come in under my bust and sit at my waist. It sits sort of at my widest part. So that's another thing where I think for the function of this dress, wearing it around on a summer day, it'll feel kind of flowy and everything, but I just don't think the proportions are exactly right yet. So that's something that I'll play with for a future one, but I've definitely got a really lovely wearable dress. I love the features. I love the sleeves. I think the bodice and this neckline is very pretty. So yeah, overall I'm pleased with that. So I finished that one. I also finished my Jenny Stitches, my next Jenny Stitches blogger project, which I'm not going to share about now because I'm going to wait until it's on the blog. But it was the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel in this really gorgeous, vibrant cotton lawn fabric. So I'm excited to show you that when I can. And also I finished my next project for part of the All Set to Sew Learn to Dressmake subscription box in the plus size range. Now, when I made my first vlog, the company was called Little Miss So-and-so, and now they've had a bit of a change, and now the company overall is called All Set to Sew. So if you might get muddled between those videos, that's why there's been a change in branding since the first video. I'll try and explain that in the other video. So I'm not going to show that to you now. I made the Serene skirt and learned some new skills and stuff, so there'll be a separate vlog to talk you through that. So with missing the Stitch Festival, I told all of you, I think, that I was planning on breaking my fabric ban, even though I'd already broken it 2 weeks earlier, at the festival, and I was really gutted to not get a chance to shop. But I did, from my sickbed, treat myself to a shopping spree to make up for it. I know I was talking to you before about doing intermittent fabric bans, and I'm thinking, I don't think I need an official ban, because I just actually think I have all the fabric I need at the moment for all of the projects that I have in my head. So I'm going to try after this to just not shop for a bit. I don't think I need to, and I'm feeling like the thirst has been satiated. Is that the right word? But anyway, so I went on a bit of a spree. One of the fabrics I think I've left in the house. So that was, it was a rib knit fabric from First for Fabrics in like a purpley colour. And what I'm thinking of making, I wanted to make something, like when I'm at home, I wear loungewear all the time, basically. If I'm not going out, even sometimes if I am going out, I want to wear things that are comfy. And I've seen a couple of these matching co-ord loungewear sets in a sort of ribbed fabric. And it'll be trousers and like a sort of longish jumper top. So I thought I really want to have something that's a bit more smart to sort of mooch around in at home. So that, say, if people come over, like if a friend comes over or something, and I maybe don't want to be completely scruffy, but I still want to be cozy. So I purchased some of their rib knits. So I'll put a link to that below. As I said, I've left it in the house. It's a bit late to go back in and grab it. But that was one of the things I purchased. I purchased 3 fabrics from Fabric Godmother. Now, 2 of these are from their new collection, and I had planned to buy these at the Stitch Festival. So I just purchased the 2 that I was going to buy anyway. And then there was one other which I saw, and it was quite unusual. And I feel quite inspired to make something for my honeymoon. So I'll show you that in a sec. And then I also got a couple of things from Jenny Stitches. So I'm going to show you those first. So Jenny had a really good little sale over the Easter weekend. I think it was 10 or 20% off without having to add a code. And so I decided to buy a couple of things. First of all, I purchased this denim. Now this is a mid-weight denim in this nice mid-blue colour. So it's all folded up, so it feels quite stiff all folded up, but it is a good dress weight. And that's good because I am planning on making a dress. Now, I have seen these sort of denim dresses. There's obviously a big trend for it at the moment. I'm actually toying with making a Myosotis dress in denim, but I would need to sort the fit out. So, but there's going to be some sort of denim dress, which I think will be very pretty. So I purchased this. I think it's the 8-ounce denim, I think. And there's a heavier one, 12-ounce, which I think will be too heavy for a dress. And then I also bought some Viscose linen that I just thought was really pretty. So I made what is it called? It's Elodie, the Elodie wrap dress last year in a blue floral viscose linen, and I really loved it. Again, with that pattern, I have some issues with the fit, but I do love the dress. It feels, if I could just sort out the neckline, it would be like my perfect dress to wear because I feel great in it. It's just, I mean, the saga's kind of boring, but it feels like it gapes at the front. But I then made another one where I shortened the front length and it still gaped, and I was getting this pull on the back of my neck. So I actually think that it's too short at the front and that's pulling the whole thing forward, which is then meaning it gapes in certain places. So what I need is I need to take my original Elodie and I just need to go to a person and go, what changes do I need to make for this to fit me and just have them go, pin this, dart this out, blah, blah, blah. And then I would be able to make like the perfect wrap dress for me. I don't know if there's someone who does that service, just like a one-off fit masterclass on a specific piece, but that's what I need. So if I can master that, then I'll use that linen to make another version of that dress, because I think it's such a pretty dress. As I said, I just haven't got the fit right. Now the 3 fabrics that I purchased from Fabric Godmother, they've released a huge collection, and both of these fabrics have been quite popular. So I've got another viscose linen, but this one is a different vibe. So that's this one. With this, I just love the colours. I thought they were really vibrant. The pattern I think is interesting. Again, it's on a really nice base. So I think in the summer, this is going to be really lovely to wear, nice and easy to work with. We're going, as most of you already know, on honeymoon in October to Sicily and the Amalfi Coast. So I might make something for that, but it also gave me Trinidad vibes, and we're hoping we might be able to go and visit Nathan's family in Trinidad next year. So I also think if I don't get something sewn up for the honeymoon, that like I can make something really nice to wear in the Caribbean. You know, that'd be pretty nice. So I think this is gorgeous. As I said, the colours are really saturated and just nice, just very pleasant. The other one I purchased, I actually have this print in a different colourway. So this is this sort of, oh, hang on, let me get it so you can see a bit more of the print. It's this sort of folklore print. Excuse the creases. I haven't put it through the wash or anything yet, so I need to. Now I have this on a black, I think it's a viscose crepe background. This is more like a viscose challis, and then it has these lurex, sorry that's so creased because it's come straight out of the envelope, these lurex threads running through. Again, I thought for honeymoon this could make a really cute dress, I think, because it's sort of light coloured but has lots of other things going on, so it's not too like I'm a Bride, but it's like quite a fun version. I thought maybe a little like dress that I could wear out for dinner or something like that. So that's what I purchased that for. Then the final fabric I purchased was, as I said, because it was unusual. Now they released some dead stock cotton, embroidered cotton fabrics with lots of different things on. And I was really drawn towards this one. Now this is going to look a bit weird because I'm sort of showing it from the wrong end. So you start with, let's say, the wider stripes, and then they get more narrow, more close together until they're really, really dense for a bit. And then you go back to the pattern repeats basically. So with the wide stripes, and then they get more narrow. Now, I thought this would be interesting. It's a cotton fabric. It's really light. And then the lines have been sort of, it's like embroidery going across. So it's quite nicely textured, I think. And when I saw it on the website, I thought it would make a really nice sundress. Like you could play with, I think if you cut it correctly, you can sort of use the more densely populated areas of embroidery as ways to give it a nice shape. So for example, at the waist, I would probably have parts that are more densely embroidered, and then down to the bottom of the skirt, it will go into the wider embroidered lines. And I don't know, I just thought I think I can make something really chic. I think I can make something really nice with that fabric. That's definitely honeymoon. Definitely honeymoon. I'm going to have to get going on making these honeymoon things. I know it's in October, but I keep like making plans. I need to get on with it. So I'll do another video probably about honeymoon plans at some point, but that's what I purchased that fabric for. It was quite reasonably priced as well, and I just thought it was quite unusual. It was quite an unusual design, but it's still simple. Do you know what I mean? So I think I can make something really beautiful with that. So yeah, as you can see, I treated myself quite a bit. But I do, as I said, I do feel like I've scratched that itch now for a while, and I'm just excited to get sewing things up. Now, what have I got planned? So over Easter weekend, we went up north to my parents' house in Northumberland, which is sort of near where we got married. And for the first 2 days, we were up there for 5 days. The first 2 days, I was in bed the whole time because I was still ill. Easter Sunday, we had a lovely day. I'll see if I can put some footage in at the end of this. My mum sent us on an Easter egg hunt, even though the youngest person in the house I thought it was 33, but then my brother reminded me he's only 31. So the youngest person in the house was 31. And she sent us out on an Easter egg hunt, and we had just a really childish day. We played board games, and it was just really nice. We had a really nice time. So, and then we went to the football on Monday, which again was a nice day out, but the football was very bad. So let's not talk about that. Yeah, and then Tuesday, I was actually feeling like we had those nice 2 days. I was feeling much better. Still, as you can hear, a little bit husky, but I was feeling a lot brighter. And so I used my parents' kitchen. They've got like a breakfast bar in their kitchen, and I used it to cut out some projects that I'd sent up in advance. So those will be the things that I'm working on this week. So I've got a couple of kids' dresses to make. I have dressing gowns. So most of these I'll have mentioned to you before. So the Cashmere Club Lygon robe I'm going to make using some white toweling so that I've got a nice well-fitting robe for if I go to a spa, because I find they never have well-fitting robes. So that's going to be really nice. That's all cut out. What else did I cut out? I cut out another one of the Be Mine balloon sleeve tops, which is Pattern Emporium. And that's in a sort of black fabric with little red hearts on. So I thought that would be nice. I cut out a Fabric Godmother peony dress. So that's in another Fabric Godmother exclusive fabric that I've had for a little while, which is like a viscose jacquard. I'm going to play around with the skirt because I didn't feel like the shape of the skirt was very flattering to me in the last one. I just think it was a bit straight down, and I need a little bit of like a flare from the waist. So I think I'm going to try putting a gathered skirt in. So the bodice will be exactly the same. I'm going to do a little gathered skirt with the little tier at the bottom and sort of see if I prefer that. And if I like it, then that's a dress I'm going to wear to my friend's wedding in May. And did I cut anything else out? Yeah, I think I've mentioned to you before that I've been invited to be an ambassador for Copper Creek Patterns, who are also the Dibby Club, DIBY Club. And they've invited me to pick a pattern and then make it up. And I decided to make the Junko zip up jacket. I'm making it more like a hoodie because I'm making it with a French terry fabric from By Graziella. But I cut that out as well. So I've got a few projects that I want to get sewing. And then I think I'm going to be starting to look more towards the summer for the most part. So I think I've got enough. I've got another week off work. There are lots of little bits and bobs happening, but I'm hoping to get lots of sewing done. And yeah, and then I'm going to start looking at what my summer sewing plans are, what I'm going to do, if there are any of the patterns I really want to work actually on. I'd love to make myself a swimsuit, but I'm just a bit worried about the fitting. And for the honeymoon, I've got some nice Liberty fabric that I'd like to make some swimwear out of. So I'm thinking I might start trying to test out some different swimsuit ideas. I figure if I can get the fit of a basic swimsuit to work, then I can play around with making the design a bit more fun. So that's another thing that I think I need to start sooner rather than later. But yeah, as always, I'm blethering on. You can never shut me up. But I just wanted to share a few things because obviously I feel like I've been a bit quiet on here. But there is stuff going on, and I am planning on sewing some more. And I have pictures of some of the other things I've made to show you, but I just can't show you right now. So I hope you're well. I hope you had a lovely Easter weekend. Please let me know what you're working on down below. I would also love to know how people have been getting on with sewing deer and doe patterns, especially, I mean, it would be interesting to me to know how people who aren't in the extended size range, so who could fit in the original size range, whether the fitting was ever tricky there. Like, I think their design is really good, but it wasn't even about what the original fit was, because I knew I'd have to alter it, but I just felt like they weren't very clear about their block. So that was what confused me a bit. So I'd love to know if anyone else has had issues with their patterns. I have quite a few of their patterns here, and I'd quite like to sort of suss out what the fit issues may be, so it's useful for me to know. But yeah, anyway, I'll stop blethering on now. It's quite late. I'm going to go to bed. But thank you so much for joining me. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to catching up with you next time. All right, bye.